This is the mother's war. This is the mother's war. Sri Aurobindo speaks of, not speaks of. I affirm again to you most strongly, affirm again to you most strongly that this is the mother's war. Because things have been taught about Hitler, Allies, so it is related to Second World War. You should not think of as a fight for the certain nations against others, even for India. It is a struggle for the ideal that has to be established itself on earth in the life of humanity. Sri Aurobindo clarifies Mother's War. And when this has been explained that it is Mother's work, Sri Aurobindo quotes, you should not think, one should not think that it is a fight for certain nations against others, fight of certain nations against others, or even for India, because it is spoken about the entire humanity, humanity at large. It is a struggle for an ideal, for what? Even to explore, even just to snatch up some lands from somebody, forcibly acquire a country, not like this. Struggle for an ideal that has to establish itself on earth in the life of humanity. Very great affirmation, in the course. Establish itself on earth, the ideal that has to be established itself on earth in the life of humanity, for a truth that has yet to realize itself fully. Nobody knows. The ideal that has to be established on the life of humanity on earth, for a truth. Second, ideal after ideal, for a truth. Why Mother's War it is described like this? The truth that has yet to realize itself fully, and against the darkness and falsehood. This war. Darkness and falsehood that are trying to overwhelm the earth. Mankind in the immediate, earth and mankind in the immediate future, against those ideologies, against those darkness and falsehood, this war has been waged. It is the forces behind the battle, forces behind the battle that have to be seen, not this that superficial circumstances. This is a great battle, great war. War, not the ordinary tussle or struggle, it has been told. Sri Aurobindo so tells everything with affirmation. Strongly, this is Mother's war. For what? Ideal to be established for the life of humanity on earth. Second, truth yet to be realized. And this is a war against darkness and falsehood that has been that are trying to overwhelm the earth and mankind in the immediate future. And this was the war Mother had waged. That is the great thing, great war from Sri Aurobindo. This is the relates to Hitler and allies, because in the next phase of action, Sri Aurobindo tries to clarify. Even if I know that allies would misuse their victory or bungle the pace and partially at least spoil the opportunities open to the human world by the victory, if they win, they will misutilize the opportunities that have been granted to the mankind, would misutilize the victory and bungle the peace and partially at least spoil the opportunity. Three things: misuse the victory; second, bungle the peace; third, partially spoil the opportunities open to the human world by their victory. Three things: victory, at least first of all they have to gain the victory, otherwise how can they misutilize, even if they are not You gaining the victory, they are also threatening to mankind. By their victory, they will try to misuse the victory. Second, bungle the peace. Third, partially at least spoil the opportunities open to human world by that victory. I would still put my force behind them. Why? At any rate of things could not be 1/100th part of as bad as they would be under Hitler. So two parties were there in the World War. That's what I initially I quoted. This was the relating the World War II, that has been explained by clarified by Sri Aurobindo. It is the mother's work. Initially, we have discussed for the establishment of for the ideal on earth, for the life of humanity, for the truth that is yet to be realized, against the darkness and falsehood they are trying to overwhelm the earth and mankind. And the two groups are there. One is Alice, America and all. America, second is your Britain and all. On the contrary, you can find the allies like Mussolini, Hitler, like this, Italy, Germany, like this. So, steer in the course, I put my force in favor of these allies. I know even the negations, opposite, the contrary, I know. Still, then, it could not be 1/100th part they had been under Hitler. These allies, if they win, they will create some problems like misuse their victory, bungle the peace, partially at least spoil the opportunities open before the human world by the victory. But it is 1/100th of the Hitler and co's victory. The ways of the Lord would still be open, and keep them open is what matters. Because there is no other goal. War is never good. War is never expected, never good for anybody else. It has to be spared. It has to stop. But the thing is that things making very turbulent by some people having the idle or ill mentality, weak mentality. That egocentric thoughts is creating so devastating atmosphere that it is creating a spoil sort for not only for themselves or nearby, but for the entire world at large. Then Sri Aurobindo goes forward. Yoga develops power. It develops it even when we don't desire and consciously aim at it. If you are indulged in yoga or in the process of yoga, it develops power. Even when you don't desire or consciously aim at it, it is there automatically, simultaneously it is going on. And the powers which are always a double-edged weapon, which can be used to hurt or destroy as well to help and save. Very interesting. As we are going, in Napoleon system, that time you have heard of a very interesting proverb called, continental system. Continental system is like a double-edged sword. It hurt the author more than for whom it was designed. Continental system. It was like a double-edged sword having edge in the both sides. Then problem starts there. It hurts the author more who will use it. First his hand will be cut, he will get hurt. Then for whom it was designed. You are going to fight with somebody, or you want to hurt somebody, or you want to kill it. But before killing, before hurting, or before striking, or before fighting, first you will get hurt. Like this. Continental system is like a double-edged sword. It hurt the author more than for whom it was really designed. Here also the same thing, same way Sri Aurobindo has described. Yoga develops power. Yoga develops power when you are conscious or not, when you desire or not. It automatically the power is developed. So even if you consciously don't aim at it or consciously desire it, but the problem starts there. It is something like a double-edged weapon. Double-edged weapon which can be used for two purposes. On one side, it can hurt or destroy. Second, as well as to help or save. But it noted that all destructions are not evil. Very interesting line. All destructions are not evil. Krishna destroyed his family and dynasty. And still in the quotes, for a new creation, destruction is necessary. Here also very bright example, and this is a glorious, splendorous message you can see. But it also noted that all destructions is not evil. For a new creation, destruction is necessary. It has to be. Suppose you have got a good patch of good cloth, patch of you know string, one cotton you have got, and you want to convert it to your pant or shirt. So naturally you have to give it, and they have to cut it to your size, and you will be able to put on that dress. Suppose somebody complains, no, 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 it is a costly dress I have purchased from, it is a imported one. I don't want to, and want my cloth to be cut short. Then this tailor master is helpless to help you. No, you use it as something like a door screen or a bed sheet or a lungi or a napkin, something whatever you like. But if you are that much particular to use it as a dress, it must be cut. There is no other go. One beautiful lady is there. When she was a girl, something like a college queen, there was a heartbeat of the city. When she was going, if somebody looked at him or touched her, then this man who was touching, he was forced to jail center. Police was beating like anything, fines. He was fined. Horrible situation. But time changes. This lady gets married. Now itself suffering from something to some disease which needs to operation. And simultaneously, this man who maltreated her became a doctor. This operation has to be handled by this one. This man, now itself he has to cut, operate, touch your any parts he likes. It is true, but you don't have any option to do. That time, there itself you were spending time to punish this doctor, to destroy his life. You were putting him to the medicine, to the hospital, to the police. Now itself, you are offering money, paying money for that operation, fulfilling all the conditions, even signing on the paper, nobody is responsible for my death, paying hundreds, lakhs of rupees. Then what about the visible things? That's what's here in the quotes. I believe that all yogins who have this power do use them whatever they find, whenever they find that they are called on from within to do so. From the within. If you have the power, you have to go within, get the call where you have to use and how to use. They may refrain of if they think that use in the particular case is contrary to the divine will, and see that preventing one evil may be opening the door to or worse for any other valid reasons, but not from any general prohibitory rule. If you have got the rule, you go within, you ask, get the call, then utilize. What is forbidden to anyone with a strong spiritual sense to be miracle monger, performing extraordinary things. Don't do that. Don't perform maybe any miracle. Don't be not to be a miracle monger. Performing extraordinary things for show, for the gain, for the fame, out of vanity or pride. That don't try to do it. It is forbidden to use the powers. For mere vital motives, that's what I normally do. To make an ascetics as, asuric ostentation of them, or turn them to the support for arrogance, conceit, ambition, any other thing. So, not for any vital reasons, you must not be utilized, which human nature is prone. It is because half-baked yogins so often fall into the traps of the hostile forces. Half-baked yogins, not completely, they have gained this yogic maturity, saturation. They fall into the trap of the hostile forces. They don't know what really they are doing. They try to fulfill themselves through these vital anxieties. They try to go for these vital desires to fulfill them. Yogic powers is something discouraged, is harmful to the user. Something like Sri Aurobindo has quoted, this is like a double-edged sword. It hurt the author more than for whom it was designed. So if you have the power, you go deep in, try to know where and how and when it has to be utilized. Otherwise, if you are under these vital impulsions, and if you try to gain it for the ambition, pride, support, arrogance, weaknesses, then it is the result will be contrary. If you fall under the trap of these hostile forces, this is yogin powers is something discouraged as harmful to the user. You have to remember. That is very careful you have to be, and you have to move with the very thoughtful manner, in the yogic manner. Thank you. This is for now. Thank you.